What's up guys, my name's Omega, my team is Synex, and I hope all of you had a better weekend than I did. Yes, as you can see by the title, I did get a little bit stranded, but that topic I will talk about soon, which is the main topic of this commentary. How is everyone? It's been quite a while since I've actually done a Call of Duty commentary on my personal channel, on my own gameplay. As you guys can see, I am playing Drop Zone. I usually play team deathmatch. I consider myself, like I've said in the past, a very sort of aggressive sniper, and I really find it hard to get gameplays. You know, with the great score sort of in like Drop Zone and things like that, because of my aggressiveness. I like to just run out there and go pew pew and just shoot everyone, and yeah, and then it's just like, oh yeah, okay, I've got so many deaths, so I can't even use it as a gameplay. But somehow the other night, I actually managed to get a decent, what I consider a decent score in Drop Zone. But anyway, that's enough about the gameplay. I'm sure you guys don't want to keep hearing about the gameplay. It's just sort of there for you guys to watch while I talk to you all about my very strange weekend that I had. First of all, I just want to quickly mention, you guys really enjoyed my Slender gameplay. I've decided, because there was a really good response on Slender and face camming and stuff like that. You guys really seem to enjoy that, so I've decided to do other games like Slender. I've been having a little look around on the internet and looking at people like PewDiePie. He's really known for doing those sort of face cam things, and it's been really good. He's got a lot of mini games, sort of like Slender, that he leaves in his descriptions that I'm going to be downloading and playing for you guys, and you guys can watch me just get massive frights. I mean I don't know if you guys are into that sort of thing, but it's just sort of like content for my channel, and because obviously Slender got a mass sort of response, I wanted to do a lot more of those. So yeah, I hope you guys keep an eye out for that too. Anyway, I will get to my strange weekend now. I know I watch a lot of commentators on YouTube, and I know that more than 90% do not even talk about the gameplay. It's very good to sort of interact with sort of the commentator from the subs. Can interact with the commentator, sort of about their personal life and sort of what they do, and that's what I decided. I thought, what a good idea. Instead of talking about Synex and all that stuff there, I'll talk a little bit about myself and what I got up to this weekend. So anyway, I'll start off from the beginning. It was actually really strange. It was a Saturday night. I was getting ready, and I was like, oh yeah, what am I going to do tonight? Is there a party on tonight? No parties. Mates haven't been texting me. I was like, oh yeah, it's all good. Let's chill out. I was like, might chill out and play a little bit of COD for the night or something. And I started playing a little bit of COD, and then I just turned my Xbox on, and then I got a text from a mate, and he's like, Reese, come down and come jump in the van, and we'll go off and we'll go over to Nelson and that, and we'll go down over to Nelson. We'll go to the parties, we'll find a party, or we'll go to the clubs or something. And I was like, oh yeah. I was like, sweet as, I'm feeling like a good night and stuff like that. So anyway, I grabbed a bit of alcohol, and off we went. And we started off at my mate's house here in my hometown, and we started drinking and all that, and then we jumped in the van, and off we went. It was a really good night at the start. Off we went. We went to the clubs. It was awesome. We're just chilling out, hanging out with people, and on the dance floor, getting the boogie on, and it was really great. It was a little bit of alcohol and a little bit of so it's really fun. And so anyway, we're doing all that, and we're having a good time, and then we started getting a little bit tired. It was about 2 in the morning, and the clubs were shutting up, and my mate's like, alright, so we've got to go back to Mot. So we actually previously, before we actually left, we previously put about $25 in the tank, and so we put $25 in the tank, and we thought that would last us the whole night, but my mate Marcel decided to keep driving around, and it sort of must have drained the tank. I don't know if it was a gas guzzler or what it was, but he's got like the green machine. It's like a green van. It's pretty awesome, but it takes all the boys around anyway. It's got like all the gizmos and shit. But we took this van over, and obviously we were going home, and it was like, it was getting really late and that. So anyway, we started traveling home, and then it was like, we got about halfway back. We're at a small old sort of town called Mw3, and and then it started. I was sort of falling asleep. You know, I was like, oh, it's quite tired, and that after obviously dancing all night and that. And all of a sudden I heard chugga 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 chugga, and I was like, no, this is not happening. And I was like, Marcel, are we out of petrol? And Marcel was like, and I was like, yes, we're out of petrol. Yeah, it was not nice. We were stuck in the middle of nowhere. It was like 3 in the morning, and there was absolutely no cars to be seen. We had the idea of maybe sleeping in the van. I thought, oh wow, there's not enough room in the van. There was like, I don't know, there's four of us. There's four mates. Me and obviously 3 others. And I was like, no, I'm not too keen on the idea of sleeping in the back of this, this sort of mini van. I don't like the idea of that. So I sort of said to my mates, I was like, right, what are we going to do? I mean, I had no credit on my phone. I couldn't ring anyone. I couldn't text anyone. We were a bit stuck. All of us sort of had no we had no money or anything like that. So I'm like, right, we've got no other choice but to start walking. I was like, no way, we're not going to start walking. Anyway, so it ended up that Marcel, my mate who owned the van, stayed back with the van, and me and my mate started walking. And we stupidity enough, I thought to myself, well, if I know a few people in Mapua, maybe if we go to Mapua and we can go door knocking. And I seem to forget that it was 4 in the morning on a Sunday morning, and no one's gonna want to answer their door. It was a bit stupid. Anyway, we started walking along this old highway. There's a new highway that we were meant to take the van along, but stupidly enough, I decided to go to this old town that I thought I had mates that used to live there or whatever, and so we went along this really old highway, and we kept walking. Well, it seemed like hours we walked, and we just like I think it was only like half an hour, but it just seemed like so long. And we got to Mapua, and I decided, well, maybe my mate, I've got another mate that lives sort of on the outskirts, I'll go see him. So anyway, we went and tried door knocking at about, this is like 5 in the morning. I don't know, I was sort of half, I was a bit tipsy, and I wasn't thinking, and sort of knocking on the door, and it turns out my mate has obviously moved away. He didn't live there at all, and there was some other old fella in there, and we bang on the door at 4 in the morning, and the old guy's like, piss off, so man, come back in the bloody morning. I was like, okay, we can't, obviously, that's not a good idea. So we decided to leave, and so we started walking down this really old creepy highway, and I was just, just walking in the middle of the road. Few cars passed. It was like 1 or 2 cars, and we had our hands out to try and catch a ride or something. And our situation seemed to getting worse and worse and worse. And we had our hands out. Nothing happened there. They all just went past us. But we didn't really want to get a ride with a stranger anyway. We ended up like getting to a phone booth, and my mate Tim, he tried to like call people and use his credit card, and obviously that wasn't working, and it was just just stupid things we were sort of doing and stuff like that. It was it just got a bit worse and worse this night, and so no cars were stopping. Anyway, we're walking along, and then we saw this old house. It had a light on, and we decided, geez, this guy might have water or something, or help us get a phone. And this old guy, all of a sudden, just by chance, he walked out of the house, and we were like, oh hey man, he was a really old fella. We're like, can we just try use your phone, or have a glass of water or something? And the guy's like, yeah, that's fine, guys. He's like, come on in. We're like, yeah, should we go in? And it was all right, because the kitchen was just sort of around the corner there, so we just sort of tucked in, and he let us like get a drink of water and that. But he said, he goes, I don't have, there's no phone line here. It's all cut off. And all that, and I was like, so the phone line's cut off, right? So we obviously got no phone, we can't ring anyone, which was a little bit creepy. He didn't seem to have a phone or anything, and he was up at 5 in the morning. We said, we're sorry to sort of bother you at this time in the morning. He's like, no, it's okay. He's like, I'm usually up at this time anyway. I was like, alright then. Anyway, we said thanks to him, and we carried on, and it was quite funny. We kept walking. We got to sort of a motel, sort of an old, I don't know, it was an old motel sort of area. We banged on there, and we eventually, someone yelled out, get lost, no one wanted to help us. It was really sad actually, and we were quite stuck, and we tried phoning, the emergency number, and they said they actually gave my mate a lecture because it wasn't a dire enough situation, and but we were just out away in the middle of nowhere, and it was just the situation was getting out of hand, and we were walking on this highway. Finally, my legs were just aching, man. I was just getting so painful, and we actually saw the sunrise. And we kept walking, and then finally we got to this old sort of dairy, and we sort of stopped at this dairy, and my mate had a little bit of change on him, so we brought a few snacks for breakfast, and that was pretty good. But once we actually exited the dairy, we started walking, and thank goodness one of my mate's friends actually got the text he had sent him. He managed to send out a text. And he received the text when he woke up, and he came and picked us up. But man, oh man, what a night, like that. I've never really had that sort of thing happen before, running out of fuel. It was really annoying because obviously Marcel, I don't know if he couldn't read his petrol gauge, or the petrol gauge wasn't going or something, but yeah, it was really annoying for the fact that we ran out of fuel. We were all really pissed off, and it wasn't a fun night. I just really wanted to share that story with you guys. I don't know if you've had any sort of stories like that, where you just sort of get stuck, but that happened just last weekend, and I'll probably never forget something like that. That's pretty out of it. But walking home that night, it was just crazy. I was just like, situation, you're not sure what you can do, and nobody was willing to help, and it was just, it was awful. But anyway, I've talked for way too long. This commentary gameplay is finished ages ago, and I'm just blabbering on now. I hope you really did enjoy my sort of my stranded story. It's not the greatest story out there, but hey, I thought I'd share something about it. I bet you guys had a better weekend than me, I hope. Anyway, so thank you very much, guys, for listening in. I will bring out another Call of Duty gameplay on my channel, hopefully sometime soon. But thank you very much for watching, guys. This has been Synex Omega, and I'm out.